most families, living rooms look like this. Unless they're home to a medically fragile child. On the other side of their front door, it often looks more like an intensive care unit. And at least one heroic parent or guardian sleeps in that room every night, because keeping their child alive is a 24-hour-a-day job. In 2010, other heroic men and women from across the region got together, paid for, and built a hospital that doesn't look like a hospital, where medically fragile children can get away from their parents, and parents can get some sorely needed rest at the same time, at least for a day or two. They call it a ROSIE place.
It's really been a collaboration of so many personalities and passions, and the willingness to just never give up. We went through a journey with the state of Indiana. No one had built a specialty hospital for medically fragile children. We spent a year with Tony Leininger, our architect, who donated a year of his time to just how do we lay it out and design it the best that we can. Then we meet Ben and Roberta, and Ben fully steps up and says, I'm going to be the one to do this. And I said, well, hang on for the ride. And so it's been quite that ever since.
It's all about the kids. They didn't do anything wrong to get their problem. And to be faced with that for the duration of their life, that's really not very fair.
What emotionally got me was when they held an event, I'll never forget it. A woman paralyzed from the neck down. She dove into a lake, I believe, and snapped her neck. And she's just like, you know, you got to help us build this house. I need to get away from my parents, and my parents need to get away from me. And that, I'll never forget that. That just, I'm going to cry now. I just thought, wow, it's not just about babies and little kids. This could happen to one of my grandchildren.
In life, we have no choice but to live life correctly. We have to live it in community. And in community, that means we care for each other. Every life is precious, and every child comes to fulfill their purpose. Whether they live for a month, a year, or 70 years.
Teal Bishop's own son, Max, was born a fragile child.
It's an isolating journey for parents and for children. You know, one of the struggles with Max, he never got asked for a sleepover, even all the way through high school. So that was hard as a mom, to not have friendship. And so for me, that was a passionate part about when we bring these children together. It's not just about the clinical care. That has to be extraordinary, don't get me wrong. But it is more about how are we treating children and how are we cultivating normalcy, even though they're so challenged.
It feels like home. It's nice and safe. Is that what you said? This book we gave her for her birthday a few years ago. It said this, I had forgotten this, but it says, because of your smile, the world is a better, brighter place for all of us. And that is how everybody feels at a ROSIE place.
It's not possible to explain it to anybody unless you spend a day with a family like this and just watch how they do things that you consider extraordinary, and it's a part of their everyday life.
Myron and I talked about it, and Myron said, you know what? That sounds like something that sounds like us. We could do something for some nice people that had nice kids, a place for them to have fun and a place to go.
And we definitely are proud of the fact that we became a place where families could call home, a place where their families felt comfortable. I'm just grateful that we had all the support that we had to get this far. And I'm very excited that we have survived this number of years of operation.
Life can be hard and challenging, but we have some extraordinary people who have been on this journey with us for the last 10 years, beginning, middle, end, and all I could ever say is thank you, and it'll never be enough.
I would love to.
A Rosie place wouldn't exist at all without the heroes who made it happen. Like Myron C. Noble, who wanted to name this special place after his wife Rosie. Myron couldn't be here tonight, but we know he's watching. Thank you, Myron. Heroes like you are never content watching history happen. You make history. A Rosie Place, the only hospital designed specifically for medically fragile children in the entire state of Indiana. A role model, and a place that simply wouldn't exist without the heroes who built it, and understand how it makes the entire world a better place. Thank you.